So I'm going to be spraying a new product today, Kilsaran's OCR. I think I'm going to be one of the first guys in the UK to test this. We're going to be putting it for a diesel machine, which is there. And I think they put 25 kilo bags. It's in plastic bags as well, so you can leave this outside. It doesn't need, if it gets rained on or anything, it doesn't need covering up. This is like the perfect job to test this bag on. So I've got to spray it at 35mm, because I've got to get the Ashlar line detail. Plus, I got to eye-bar it, sponge it, and cut Ashlar lines in. So you mean getting all, but as you see there, that's 35mm there, and that's the timber set on this side. But as I was saying, yeah, so this is like a perfect job to test this product on. As yeah, getting eye-barred, sponged, and Ashlar lines put into it, and gone on out of fitness as well. So I'll give you some updates on when I'm spraying, barring it, and doing the other sequences. Hey Jay, how you doing on site today? What are you up to?
I'm fucking hungry. I'm not just straight right down there. I'm sure I should be spraying. I think the mix a bit stiff because obviously we've got to come out to at least a 40mm fitness to be above the 35mm. But yeah, go for a diesel machine, nice and lovely. So yeah, I'm happy with it so far.
Good.
So what was it like to rule off, Jay?
Like I said, I have knocked it up stiff, but that's because of the thickness I need to do. So, but yeah, it's just like any other OCR, it's just the same, it's actually the same. So, I'm happy with it.
You're happy so far, so good.
What you need to know about OCRs is when you come to a bar and sponge it, that's where you know there's a good OCR now, because you'll do the ankles like that. If the ankle's got shit in it.
So that's where the quality would stand.
Yeah, like spraying and getting the ball flat is easy. For most products. But the finishing is where like you know there's a good product in that. You've got different angles nuts from different quarries. Obviously if you get a product from France, it's have a different stone than if it's from Ireland. Same if you're from the UK, so we're doing the quarry stone. You got like how sand works as well, sand's the same. Yeah. It's the same in product that goes for render machines as well. But yeah, it's right, like, look, what's that there? That's 5. We're getting it right. So what I do now, I know this edge tight to it all, like that, so you know you've got the 35mm there. We call that misses. So I'll spray the rest of this when we've got more material. And I'll drop down, because you don't want to spray too thick so it starts sagging. I'll do the same again, spray another 30mm coat. And then I'll come up and I'll give it like another 10mm one, and then when I start edging it, I'll be off the bead a little bit.
Take one, Jay.
So you can see now, I've got the machine now to make it a bit wetter now. And now it's spraying out, it should be spraying. The first one I like to be stiff, so you get your tip now. And then this one, the same general, this is about another 10mm there. So now, I said about between 35 and 40mm. I'll spray it like this, and then I'll put the straight edge over it. And then I'll let him fill the gap. But with the other thing, you can get 40mm in one hit, I think that's a good OCR. Most OCRs can do it, but some of them you've got to spray it, and then drop down, do another area, another bit of the part of elevation. Then come back, you got like 10-15 minutes to pick up. Well, I've gone over this, so yeah. Right, now I'll come through here.
Right, taken.
Yeah, we sprayed it all up. It's all on there now how we want it. Just got to edge it all up now, get it ready for later on when we bar it. Right, John, just go around the edges. Because it's so thick, when you fit all your edges in, that's the main bit. If they're hollow, it digs in when you're trying to I-frame it. You'll get all your edges. This edge here, pretty screed off them.
Don't get me wrong, I normally spat, but because the sun's not on it, I just find sometimes when you spat it closes it in. Like seals it. So what I do now, I just use this one. I leave it straight edge, feather edge. And sort of get the air to it. I use this one now. So you're edging off them two corner bits now. I leave it like that. Don't see it in so much. It's dead flat. I'm gonna come and put the eye bar on it. We're gonna do a straight. So you do a straight edge first. So leave it like that. That's like takes your air pockets out and sort of bonds all in together and highlights where the misses are. And then where like you can see that. Just put it in. Don't get me wrong, it's 15mm. I use a spat. Like I said, because of the fitness and because it's in the shade all day, I just leave it like this. Use that bit open there.
Right with Jay, with the rendering company, take 2.
So what we do that, I normally do this just to see how flat it is, as you can see. I always say if you can't get a brizz up behind it, it's basically a pancake. That way as well. Look, can't get a brizz up behind it. Off the corners there as well. Oh, it's dead flat. So I'm going to take you around there though to show you what the finish should be. Follow on right here. There's been no plastic beads on this job, it's all been wooden beads. Wooden timbers like this. But I have them took out so it's about 45% out of that timber to get the nice sharp corners. That's the finished.
This the finished side?
Done there, yeah, that's all finished. That's what it's going to look like once it's painted. As you see, round here's got to go some coins. So we just put timbers, so we've gone up to the timbers. I like these features here, but that's not down to us. We're not down to paint either, we're just down to render. But they features, but they've ordered them in, but they haven't come in yet. So once that timber's removed, they'll have that on there. And the same around here as well, around this feature. So.
With Jay from the rendering company, take 2.
So I use a couple of tools. This is a pointer I like to use, but I like to use them with the sharp corners. Some of them are oval. But I find when you do these sort of finishes, it digs in. I never told this, I call it a waffle. Perfect for reveals and squaring anything up. But you're going to like a soffit or a window reveal. And then we glide along there. And if you use this side as well, it cleans it at the same time. So I'm going to do that, it cleans it and squares it off close to sharp. As you can see here, it's cleaning it. I'm going to go along and squaring it up. Say it's somewhat delicate though, say you're doing a window frame with an out-of-sight window sprayed and you don't want to really show like ravenous, so I'm going to use this side then. And that just glides along it and you don't cause no damage. This thing's getting painted, so it's fine. That's why I use the other side. But you sort of know from experience that they're perfect for squaring stuff up. Like I said, I don't know actually what they're called, but I call them a waffle. Just obviously just like a waffle what you use. Once you use it though, you want to put the bar back in on what you've done, just to take out these little like lines. You can see the lines there. Like that. And then you go point that to that, and it gets it nice and square. And now what I'm going to do next, that's all squared up, nice and flat everywhere. And now we're then going to the sponging. The two sizes I normally use. The sizes are normally the 28 and the 26, that's the grain. So 26 at the end of a sponge and 28 is the grain. Depending on how hard and how soft it is. And then we start with 28. And then I get a feel for it and then see if I need to go down. We'll try the 28 first and we'll have a look.
Let me just... Jay, back in for take 4.
So as I was saying, this is the sponge I use. I just go round and round and round. Saturate the sponge, so I give it 2. I'm going to get the power float out in a minute. But yeah, so I just, as soon as it starts dragging a little bit, saturate the sponge. Get the wall wet as you can. And what you finish, you've got filling, clean your line. fill in at the same time. When I say fill in, that's not filled in there. So that's not filled in, that's not filled in. So what you've got to do is go back over it, fill it in. So that's what it's called filled in. That's not filled in now, you can't leave it like that. That's what you call filled in. Now that's dry, you can feel it, it starts dragging. Get it in there again. You have to be removing the machine, so you haven't got a hose pipe, but normally I just hose pipe the walls, much quicker. This hose pipe bit, you can stay on the wall then, so it's dipping in the bucket every 2 minutes.
Alright. So back with Jay at the rendering company, take 5.
Yeah, so now we're just, I'll have a go with the 24, the 26 is like. Look, that's plunging 28 grain. This is a 26, like I said, we've got 26 on the end. The bigger the number, the bigger the holes are. Look, you guys, you can see that was blocked up a little bit. You can see there at the tops, that hole to that hole. So that's a 28. So then let's see what the RDS does there. See, this one's probably a bit better. It's from experience though, I can't really judge on what people prefer. Like I said, I'm going to be giving it the power flow as well. Depends how wet the wall is, how coarse you want it. If you're going over it with top coat, if I was going over that top coat, I'll probably use the lighter one. So when you top coat over 1.5 mil, it'll be less. I might even use a 24. But because we're doing a sponge finish like this, and it's going to be painted, you do want a bit of coarse to it. So it just looks nice when they paint it. Sort of clean at the same time. So when I saturate it, this is a window frame, this isn't, I clean it at the same time. It's like kill two birds with one stone. So we're cleaning and sponging at the same time. And what you find is when you pull all the tape off and it skins over the tape, you literally go like that and it'll be spotless. Like I said, this ain't a window frame, but we haven't got the reveals on there yet. I've got the timbers on there. Look, I'm going to take these timbers off, I'll have some nice straight dry corners to go to. I'll probably show you that on the next plot, all about the woodworks and stuff out of town.
Alright, we're with Jay, so from the rendering company, take what?
We done the water in our sponge, that's good all of this is, that's good all of this is and everything, and then we use this power flow, depending on how dry it is, this is skidding over now, the wind's coming down, so I brought on number 1, and then this just to give it the final finishing sponge ready for paint. I've done all that there, I'll go over it again, but best tip for this is go around in the way you spin, don't try and go against it, and have the speed low.
Okay.
Just go round and round like that. The way you're right at, if you're spinning round that way, obviously, yeah, you go with it, you don't try and fight it. Go the other way. And this will just get the final finish, and you just packed it all.
Break it.
Well, this is a margin stick. So what I've done there, I've got dimensions off-site, and obviously they let me know where the line's got to be set. The reason you want to use a stick and not a level, I've seen it hundreds of times, and I've had to go and rectify hundreds of people's render work when it comes to Ashlar lines. Because they think they ain't got a clue, and then getting a level, starting at one point, going around the building, and they come to the final corner, and they're normally 100 mil out. So what I've done here, I've marked it all out, line for line. That's the top, put that up to the stone there, that's the feature stone. Don't get me wrong, this will go in and out around the building. They're really heavy, we didn't install them, but this is why you see in a minute when I ping a line, that when you come to the final corner, everything marries up. So you just mark it line for line. But obviously this is a dry corner where we took the timber off. So we'll get a string line in a minute, which you'll see. Ping from that corner to this corner. Hopefully it lands on this black line there. You ping it and you get nice straight even lines. Consistency all around. And yeah, and you can see why I'm taking them to school today.
Take 1, but with Jay.
So as you see here, this is what I was on about now. So don't use a level, use a string line, from corner, one more, and ping, and that's it. Well, I think we get one more out of that, we hit that scaffold.
Recording, take 2 with the rendering company.
Come here, no, we've got 2 more lines. No, hold it there. Right. So there's a couple of tips I want to do for the last couple of lines. So obviously you want to get this bang on. So we're going to put this, whatever you're using, this is what we're using on this job. Like when we got the dimensions, how they wanted it was average is 10mm and a 25mm Ashlar cut. So I've got a chisel 25mm. The reason this tape's on there, I'll explain it in 2 seconds. But the first thing is, I'm going to push this into here, push it up. So you know when you shrink this line now, don't worry, you might be slightly a couple of mil off the blue line, but that's fine because you want your corners to join up. So once the scaffold comes down, it'll catch your eye and you probably have to do all the lungs again. As long as these join up, it's going to look 10 out of 10. The reason I got this on, this orange tape, I taped it up. So when you shrink the line, like this, like it, and now what you want to do, that orange tape is set on that level 10mm. So when I go across,
Get your right depth.
you see the depth, exactly. The depth is 10mm. There's a couple of tips, so you ain't got to worry about trying to get it right. Another thing, I put this on an angle to cut it. You cut through first, and then you go like that, take the top out. The reason you cut the bottom because you're using the level as you got it. This is the level. Remember that we're going to the string line and to the corner. There's got to be a tolerance. You're dealing with a wet trade. There's going to be a tolerance of a copper mill. This is probably bang on because I've done it, but what I'm saying is there is a tolerance. You're just getting used to it. And then you take it away. The next best tip as well. Hold that. What's that brush to, Steve?
And take 2.
The last very another good tip as well. You've got to do this when it's wet, or next day you might get away with it. Depends how hard the material is, but I always do it straight away. So brush it in. Brush the lines in. It takes all the fluff out. If you don't do it, it catch your eye when they're painter, and the painter probably moan about it. You've got to sand it down. If it saves you a snag or a job, give it a brush. And where you're holding some up against it, if you're holding this metal bar, because there's 3 of us doing it, because obviously there's only 2 of us doing it. Have the sponge with you, keep it dry. It just takes the lines out. It takes the marks out. When the painter comes to do it, look, see there's a little stud line. Remember he's holding up the metal bar. Just give it a little sponge. You want to do this when it's wet. You want to do it straight away, like I'm doing now. So when the painter comes in and maybe moaning that he's got to fill it in, or you've got to fill it in, and it's just on your snag list. Render's all about not having a snag list. That's how you earn money. Coming back fucking snagging all the time, you just lose your money. So, I mean, you might as well be a plasterer if you've got to snag your work every 2 minutes. That's it. Done. Let's show them the lines, all the lines up. I'll probably pull the tape off tomorrow. That's what I normally do. I normally put it off the next day or a couple of days. As you see, we left it on there from this window. But look, that was overspray from today. I would have left that on when we were spraying this panel. It probably would have been over there as never snag on a job you've got to do. So you just take it off like the day or 2 or when all the elevation's done. It's all clean, sponge clean, as you can see up here. As you can see like that. You've got to remember, this is getting painted and all these are getting painted again. You haven't got to be too fussy with it. If it's not getting painted, then you've got to look to take it off, and then whoever's spraying, you've got to be a bit more careful. Make sure you go to this on your corners as well before you drop down. Just get the fluff out. These little snags. And you know, if someone sees the fluff on it, it catches your eye. Like, look down there, when I say the fluff, we haven't done down there yet, but if we left the corners without cleaning them off, you get all the build up on it, look. And it just catches people's eye. Well, that's the end of OCR Series 1 and Episode 1.